learn more about myself. So if you want to turn your video off, feel free. It is not going to be shared with anybody else but myself. So thank you all for attending today's session. Free Toast host, I was going to let Katina do my introduction.
Yes. All right. So welcome everyone. FreeToastHost is the Swiss Army knife of club websites. Does your club have a FreeToastHost website? Do you use it as effectively as it can, as you can? Did you know that every club offer can use the website to make their own jobs easier? By attending this workshop, you will learn how to maintain your FreeToastHost site and to get best use of your club website to serve your club members. Our presenter, Narayan Doswami, DTM PDD, has served as the web admin of several of his clubs and has presented FreeToastHost workshop in several districts, including his home district 29. Would you please give a warm welcome to Narayan Doswami, our presenter for FreeToastHost training.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Katina. Thank you all for coming today to this training. Like Katina very kindly said, I am the web admin for pretty much all the clubs that I belong to at this point, 5 of them. And having used FreeToastHost many times, I can tell you it really is the Swiss Army knife of club websites because you can do a lot of things with this club website. And I want to show you and share with you what it can do, maybe answer some of your questions today. And of course, I will always be available later on. And after the presentation is over, the handout that I just posted in the chat has my email address, and you can always feel free to contact me anytime. The club website that you're seeing right now is my home club, Winner Circle. And I'm going to use that website as a sample to show you all the different capabilities of FreeToastHost. But first, I would like to ask you 3 questions. So I want to do this online polling. And in the chat, I have posted a link to the online polling website. If you go over there, then you will be able to answer some of the questions. Or if you just want to use your cell phone, you just have to text TMD29 to the phone number 22333. And when you're there, my first question to you is, what website does your club use? So you can choose and share whatever you think that you want and which thing that your club website uses, so we can figure out what are some of the platforms that people at your district use. So I can see 73% use FreeToastHost. That's good to know. 20% uses other platforms. We have something called Easy Speak, and I know there are about 7% of you are saying you use corporate intranet, so which is even a corporate website. I belong to a corporate club as well, and we still use FreeToastHost as a platform. So you can use that as well. So anyway, so this looks like a good sampling at this point. Well, went to 80-20. That's good. So since a lot of you use FreeToastHost, my next question is, what's your experience? What's your experience of using FreeToastHost? Is it good? Is it bad? Are you happy about it? Are you sad? Are you angry, frustrated? Give me some words about your club website. Proud to use it, happy to use it, frustrated, won't do what I want, just type words. If you're typing a whole phrase, don't put a space in between so that we can create this word cloud that tells us what's your good club web experience. Complicated, confused, okay. And if you type it more than once, it increases the size of the letters. You know that, right? intuitive, yet frustrating, confused, complicated, takes time, okay? You're the webmaster, okay? Complicated, makes changes, multiple changes, frustrating, okay? Good work, powerful. Phyllis, I'm going to have to use you as my second in command to help answer questions at this point. And Katina, if you see any questions in the chat that you think I should answer, just let me know. And anyone, please feel free to raise your electronic hand, or if you have a question, just unmute yourself and ask. So whatever you do is, however you do, let's make this useful to you.
There was a good
the
one that
next
just came
question.
across, underutilized.
Underutilized. You want to put a under and then a underscore to make it underutilized. Okay. All right. So the last question is, who's in the room? What kind of club officer you are? So let me know who's in the room. You know, are you the webmaster? Are you the secretary, treasurer? Are you just another interested Toastmaster? Interesting. A lot of club presidents. Hopefully you can take this information back to unless you are the webmaster, you can take your information back to your club, your webmaster, or typically in some of the clubs that I belong to, the VPPR is Mr. Madam Club Growth Director, you're having multiple people roles. Of course you are doing that. I remember being a Club Growth Director. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you so much for responding for this. Let's move on. What FreeToastHost can do for you is it can, at the end of this presentation, you should be able to understand as a new member what's their first time experience with your club's FreeToastHost website. You can learn how to best utilize the features depending on what club officer role you are currently having. Hold on, watch a live demonstration. I'll show you, take you to my Winner Circle website and show you where all the different parts are. And then we will have answer some questions, and you also know how to get help for future support as well. The assumptions, of course, is that you know how to log in as a member and as an admin, that you have the administrative login details. So because somebody in your club needs to give it to you. So, yeah, and you also know how to use the website as a member. That because I'm not going to kind of go through all the parts of the website, I'm assuming that you know the menu bar on the left-hand side and so on, and that your club already has a website that we just saw that over 80% of you have FreeToastHost as a website. So this particular presentation is not a how to build a club website from scratch. I have that presentation. I can do that for people who need that, but for today, that's not the scope of this session as well. Basically, the assumption is, since it's the Swiss Army knife of club websites, everyone in your club can use FreeToastHost regardless of their officer position. Of course, if people go FreeToastHost, I don't see that name anywhere, because in the club name, it is toastmastersclubs.org. It used to be freetoasthost.org, but they changed to toastmastersclubs.org. And the best practice that you can have is to have all club officers should have administrative login privileges, so that every one of you can use the website for your own role. So you should be able to get in there as well. So let's first talk about it as a member, how you can use the website. The biggest thing that you use the website for as a member is to sign up for a speech, add and delete your speech title and things like that. well, on the agenda, you can sign up for a role for as many agendas as the web admin has created. If the web admin has created meeting agendas all through the rest of the Toastmaster year, you should be able to sign up for any one of those meetings at any time. You should be, once you sign up to be a speaker on the agenda, you should be able to select which Pathways project you are doing on the agenda. You will be able to acknowledge to the organizer, to the Toastmaster of the day, whether you will be attending or not, so that they know how many people to expect, who is coming, who is not. It's a confirmation. You can do that as well. On the agenda, you can leave a note for other people to see, something that you want to do there as well. So all those things, the first 5 bullets talk about what you can do on the agenda for the meeting signups. And the last one is you can add or maintain your member profile on the website. And as we go through that, I will talk to you about why it's important to have your member profile on the club website as well. So the first time to log in as a member, it starts when you receive an email from the web administrator, which means that you have to be a paid up member of the club. And once you are a paid up member, it'll take your first name and your last name and your email address. Typically, those are the 3 pieces of information that is entered onto the club website. Some clubs may also enter your phone number as well. But you will get an email that says, hey, you have been added to the club website, and you have 2 options. Agree to have your name on the club website so you can get emails and things like that. Or you can decline, in which case you will no longer have access to the club website to be as a member. You want to make sure that your browser allows cookies from the FreeToastHost website as well. Once you log in as a member, there are 4 steps to setting up your login. But before I go there, I see there are 6 chat messages. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all. You're still answering previous questions. Okay. All right. 4 steps to log in as a member. The first thing you got to do is you got to click on the left-hand side of the website for member login. So the first thing to know is that there are 2 different logins. One is the member login and one is the login as a web administrator, and they are held separately. So you can log in as a site administrator and do a lot of administrative activities, but if you're not logged in as a member, it is difficult for you to do member activities as well. So first step you do as a new member who's been invited to join the site, after you have agreed to have your contact information on the website, is you click on member login. And then once you click on member login and you start typing your first name, you should it should recognize your name because your web admin has already added you. And once you find your name, you click on it. And once you click on it, now of course, you don't have a password. You haven't created a password. It's your first time doing this. So you will just click on authenticate, log in. And if you click on authenticate, log in, it will send you an email. It will send you an email that says, click on this link below and you'll be able to set a password. And then the last step is you create your own password and you do it 2 times and so on, and you set the password. For the first time, when you set up the thing, it is going to ask you next, welcome, would you like to load your member profile? I would recommend saying yes. And then it will take you to the setting up your member profile page. And that has 4 tabs: the basic information, and then how you want to receive and what emails you want to receive, how often, and so on. And then the social media links, if you want to link your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page or something like that. And then the last one for a little member buy-in. So the email setting says, what are the things that you want to be notified for? Agenda emails, when there's a role changes, and there's a notification of attendance, or what, you can select which ones you want to be notified for, which ones you don't want to be notified for. And you see there's a button here that says, do not create a club officer email address. What it does is if you are a club officer, it'll automatically create president@myclub.org for you, and it'll alias it to your email. So anybody doesn't have to have your direct email address to contact you. All they have to do is type in president@myclubwinnercircle.org, and it'll automatically send it. If you are the club president, it will reroute the email to you. So it can create that aliasing automatically for you. But if you click on that box, it will say, no, it won't create one for you. Then you can add your Facebook links, your Twitter, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, all of those different things if you so wish. And the last one is the member bio and photo. And I strongly recommend that you create this, because one of the things that you have on the website is called Meet Our Members. And if you don't have this information there, a new guest who's looking at your club website and he clicks on Meet Our Members and sees nobody there, they don't know what kind of a club they're walking into. If you have a brief bio, all it displays is your bio and your picture. It does not display any other contact information. It just gives a guest an idea as to who you are. So just to give you an example, I'm going to take you to my Winner Circle website, where you can see that we can see meet some of the members, and it sorts it by club officer. So you have president, vice president of membership, and so on. And then you have my name. You see all the things that I created. I have my social media links. Some people they just prefer to just leave their name and member name on there as well. They don't want to put anything bio. It's up to each person's what they want to put in. So this gives you an idea who are the members and what's their background and so on. So you can understand what you're walking into. So I would strongly recommend doing that for your bio at this point. Now let's talk about, before we talk about as a vice president of education, do we have any questions for how to use it as a member?
I've got just a statement. You don't have to be a paid member to be a member. That membership is controlled by the appropriate officers, and you can make someone a member without them having paid the dues. And if someone becomes a member, you actively have to go in and make them a member.
That is correct. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that clarification. You're absolutely correct. You do not have to be a paid up member of Toastmasters International to be a member of the website. So the website exists separately from Toastmasters International. That's why it is not synchronized with the club listing, the member listing, roster listing in Toastmasters International. Somebody has to manually go and add and delete members as needed. You're correct. In fact, in our club Winner Circle, we have a ghost member. Well, not really a ghost member. We call him a guest member. So when we create the agenda, we can create a guest speaker on the agenda, so that if somebody else is coming out from out of the club who's going to give a speech, you can just add them as a guest member as well. Thanks for that. Now, as the club vice president of education, you have a lot of things you can do using the FreeToastHost website. First step is agenda management. I'm going to show you an agenda shortly, but on the top of the agenda, you have certain things that are available to you, and there are certain things that are available to, as you can see, there are certain links like the email and the print and member icon and a little table icon. These are visible to any member, and you can pull and view agendas, past agendas and future agendas as well. And some of the other links are visible to members with agenda setup access. And the web admin can set up who gets agenda setup access, who gets view access. And the pencil icon is available to members who can edit this particular agenda. For typically, the Toastmaster of the day has edit access to the agenda on which they are the Toastmasters. Now we're going to talk about something interesting that we're going to talk about what FreeToastHost can help you do, can help you pull out member role reports. So what roles do they do, how often? It can give you a report of all the members' speeches and members' attendance as well. By clicking on that person icon, it brings up another menu that lets you, can you pull out a member role report, a member speech report, member attendance report, and they have a couple of spreadsheet Excel-based reports as well. So you can get the role report in Excel, you can get the attendance report in Excel as well. So you can edit and use it as well. But once you click on one of those role reports, you get this, what you get. This is the member role report. It says by alphabetical order, it just tells you who did what role on what date. And so it can tell you who has not done something, who has done something. You can look at that as the VP of Education. So, if, like for example, Annie has only been a speaker once, and she hasn't done anything recently. So you can go, hey Annie, would you like to do table topics role? You want to do something else? So that's a good person to contact as well. So you can do that. Here's the member speech role. So this tells you what speeches they gave on what date and so on. And let me also preempt the discussion by saying that this role report only shows the speeches they actually signed up for. As the club secretary, you can go into the agenda after the meeting is over and you can reconcile. Did they actually come and attend, and did they actually do the role report? So if you reconcile it and somebody here did not do one of those speeches, then you can take that off. So that when you look at the speech report, it actually tells you the people actually gave the speech, or they actually attended and they did the speech as well. So you can see that Barry Tholen has been quite busy. In fact, he gave a speech yesterday as well. So another thing you can do is, if you're meeting in person, you can print out a meeting sign-up sheet for the next 5 meetings. You can print it out and bring it to your meeting. So you can select what dates you want to print out, and it gives you a spreadsheet. It gives you a spreadsheet that you can print out and take to the meeting, where people can sign up physically for different roles on the speeches as well. So you can do that. This is part of agenda management as VPE that you can use. Any questions on agenda management so far? I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so I can see your faces. Any questions that you have on what we have shared so far? You can raise your hand. You can, Phyllis, did you have a raised hand, or, oh, okay. All right, no worries. All right, continuing on. Am I sharing my screen yet? Continuing on. It's not where I want it to be. Agenda, said, okay. Next thing you can do is, as a mentor or protege management, you can do, if you have a mentoring program, and I strongly recommend every club has a mentoring program, so you can figure out assigning mentors. You can do mentor reports, and to do that, you have to go into the administration console, and within there, you have to go to the membership management, and there you can assign the mentors. You can do all that. So let me show you what that looks like on a real life agenda as well. So if you go to the winner circle agenda, and I want to log in as the site admin first, so that I have to know the club member, and you can see I have the admin password for many clubs, because I am doing that for many clubs. So once you log in, you just go to Launch Admin Console. Hopefully you can all see this. Go to Launch Admin Console, and here, if you go under membership, you have all these settings, your website settings, membership management, emails and contact forms, custom web pages, file manager, and so on. We'll talk about some of these things today as well. Membership management. When you go over here in membership management, this is where you can set up, you can say, I want to do a mentor report, and go select people, then select the tool. Then I can look at all of these things here, and I can assign mentors. I can pull out membership reports. I can click on the membership report and say, select a report to print. And then I can go, okay, I want to print mentors, members and their mentors. So I can click on that, and then I can do print report, in which case it'll give me a print a dialogue. I don't want to do that. But you can see that it will print you the names of the members and gives you their email address and who are they mentored by. Or if you want to go back and you want to do a membership report and you want to go mentors and their proteges. So it does a different sort on the same thing. And it gives you the name of the person and who they are mentoring. Obviously, you can see that Cheryl Baker is mentoring a whole slew of people, while the rest of us are not doing much. So that's another thing that you can do in the members admin side as well. So that's what this shows you. Shows you the mentors thing. And now another thing that the agenda on FreeToastHost helps you do is many times when the speaker shows up at a meeting and the evaluator says, "Hey, where's your evaluation form? Did you print that out?" And the speaker goes, "No, I didn't." One of the things that FreeToastHost agendas lets you do is you select what each project you're doing, from what level and from what path. And based on that, it takes you, it puts the evaluation form. So just to give you an example, I'm just going to take you to a sample agenda. This is for our next meeting, August 19th. As you can see, there's the template set up, and I have all these signups. If you don't log in as a member, you won't have these signups. You can be logged in as a site administrator, but if you're not logged in as a member, you won't get an opportunity to sign up here. Let's say, for example, that I sign up to be speaker number 1 for the next meeting. The first thing I can do is I can choose my path. I know that I'm doing effective coaching, so I can click on effective coaching and it brings me all the speeches in the effective coaching. Because yesterday I did a researching and presenting, I've finished my level 1. I can go, my level 2 is understanding my communication style. So I click on understanding my communication style. So that's going to be my next speech. So it puts my pathways over there. It puts my which one, what level, what speech I'm doing. And if I click on project description, it tells people what is the project, what's the purpose of the project, and so on. And if I where was I can go back to the thing. And if I click on the evaluation form, it pulls up the right evaluation form that I can then print out and take with me to the meeting, or I can go ahead and show, if it's an online meeting, the evaluator can directly click on that and download the editable PDF. So that's the thing, one of the things that's really good for both the VPE and the member to see what's going on, what all of those things are. Then you can type in your speech title, your speech introduction, and so on. Now, as far as this is an important thing that happens, many people have told me that they want to be able to get the Basecamp managers' emails from Toastmasters International only goes to one place. It only goes to that one email address that's on file at Toastmasters International. But FreeToastHost will help you set it up so that you'll go to the 3 Basecamp managers. The way to do that is whenever, if you change your club contact and meeting information on Toastmasters International Club Central to the contact-club number at Toastmasters Club, that's our alias that the website created. If you put that here under the contact email, this will automatically route all emails from Basecamp at Toastmasters.org to the president, to the VP Education, and to the secretary. So just to give you an idea, let me take you to the let me take you to a new website. Let me open up Toastmasters.org. Of course, I have to log in every single time. And wait for it to log in. So once you go to Leadership Central and you go to Club Central, while we are watching the Toastmaster website sputter, I go to my club website and I go down to club contact and meeting information. Wait, not that. That's not the one I want to go to. I want to go to the. Yeah, that is where I want to go. Yeah. So here, this email, whatever email your club has, if it's not the alias that's created by FreeToastHost, it'll only go to that one person. But if you use the alias that's been created by FreeToastHost, all three of you can get an email from because of FreeToastHost. Any questions on this one? Do you all know about this?
So do you have to use the contact one, or can you use your officers?
If you use the officer, it will only go to that officer. FreeToastHost
okay.
has set it up that if you use that contact one, it automatically routes the Basecamp and Toastmasters to those three people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it has to be the contact
you.
email. Yeah. It has to be the contact email.
So do we have to go? We have to go into FreeToastHost, and I may have missed that.
Correct.
To create
In
the
FreeToastHost,
contact.
you have to create the alias. So let me show you how to do that as well. It is one of those things that let me go to the FreeToastHost. You know, if you go to the into the admin console, so if you go from the home page, you go to admin console, and you go to the this is the basic thing, and you go to email and contact forms. You go over there, and you can create custom emails for each one of the custom groups. So club email addresses, you can see that this club email addresses is already set up. Members, officers, and mentors, proteges, friends, admin, contacts, all of these things are automatically set up for you. So contact us. Basically, the contact us goes to Vice President of Education, Vice President of Membership, and President. And then you have to click this button, check this to enable the contact dash so-and-so email address. So if you check this under the contact us form tab, that enables that this particular email address is now active, and it'll go to these three people.
That's good to know.
Yeah, this is a really good feature that kind of bypasses what Toastmasters hasn't done, because they send it, Basecamp just sends it to the one email address on file. So this definitely helps that. Okay, now as the club vice president of membership or vice president of public relations, because after all, the website should also serve as a way to bring guests to your club as well. So the way you can attract guests is to have a very dynamic homepage. So keep changing the content, maybe the homepage, whatever it is. As long as there's change on your website, it basically helps keep it fresh for people to come in. Because if your website hasn't changed in ages, then why would anybody come? Other tip, keep your meet or members link active, because as a web admin, you can disable that. So it won't even show up on the homepage. I would say keep it active so people know what kind of people are members of your club. All information should be current. So for example, emails of people should be current. You shouldn't go to a blank page or something like that. One of the things that we do in our club is we have on the public downloads section, we have a membership application form available for members, for guests who come in. And I'll just show you what that membership form looks like. For example, in our public directory, we have it says Winner Circle membership application form. And when I click on that membership application form, you will see that what we have done is we have pre-filled the club name, the club number. So the form is already pre-filled. As you can see here, we have already put in the club name, club number. We have put in our club dues and everything else so that people, when you can just print it out at the meeting, or you can print it out and take it with you to the meeting, and it is pre-filled so people can, it is very easy to continue on. Another thing you can use is called the floater messages on the top of the screen that comes in for a guest, a different floater message can come, and for a member, a different floater message can come up. So you can do both of them. You can set that up as the web admin as well. So as the VPPR, you should be able to set that up as well. So let me show you where to go for that. So if you go to the admin console, everything good happens in the admin console. Under the website settings module, you have this thing called floater messages. And in the floater messages, you can write a non-member message, and you can write a member message as well. So depending on what messages that you put in, that message shows up when you are on the top of the screen when you are there. So right now I'm admin, so it doesn't show me. But when you go back as when you go as just a member, this floater message will come on top, and you can even put a link to your Zoom meeting on the floater message as well, so that people can just look at the floater message and click on it and join in, or members. You can do that as well. Converting guests to members. Now, this is one of those things under membership management that really, really is very useful. It's basically under the member management tab, you have a whole bunch of tabs up here. And I would strongly recommend using the guests tab and keeping the information of the guests that they give you, their names and emails and phone numbers. You can put that in there. And then one of the things that you can do is by clicking on the follow-up button, it brings up a website that you can basically, you can write follow-up notes. You can set up what kind of follow-up did you do? Did you call them? Did you send an email? Did you send a thank you note? What did you do? And so on. You can create that as you want as well. So just to show you that feature as well. So if you go to the Launch Admin console and you go to the membership management and you click on guests, you have a whole bunch of guests names that are there, and you can click on follow up and you can start figuring out, okay, I made an email, send an email, call, phone call, or I met in person, or it's a future or whatever, and you can put notes up here, and all these notes will also show up in, you can pull out reports of guests as well. Questions on that so far?
No, there's no questions. It's basically I need to get on here and start practicing, navigating on it.
Absolutely. If you just wander around the website, there's so much. And I'm also going to show you some really useful tools on website support that you can also use. Now, here's another useful feature that FreeToastHost has, that as a treasurer, how you can use FreeToastHost. So as a treasurer, under the admin console, you have a module called dues management. Here, you can manage the dues. You can send for all your members. You can figure out how did they pay, check, cash, PayPal, direct deposit, how do they, whatever ways you are doing, you can update and send notices. And you can send notices to basic follow-up to people who did not pay the dues yet. So you can send a reminder email, or you can send a follow-up email to people who paid the dues saying, thank you for renewing, and so on and so forth. Then you can create an invoice for that. Some people may want to have an invoice so they can print out and use it for their professional certification, for their taxes or whatever. You can generate an invoice that basically looks like this. You can set up, it comes from who and what was the amount paid, and it tells you how to do it. The invoice, they send the email, send the dues to here, this particular address, or send it via Venmo or PayPal or however you're taking the dues. Now here's the cool part that I don't know if you guys know, that you can actually have a PayPal button or a Venmo button on your website. So your members can directly go and click on that to set up their to pay their dues. So you can collect the money right away for your members, and then you can pay up in Club Central. So just the way to go there is to, for example, if you're collecting PayPal or Venmo, I don't know how the other ones are. Our club uses this, paypal.com/buttons. If you go over there, it takes you to the PayPal website, and you go to this smart buttons, and you can create the different kinds of buttons. You can use these kind of buttons. You can create a fixed price, variable price. You can customize the buttons the way you want it to look like. You can create a button style that's horizontal if you wanted to, or you can create a rectangular format or hill format, or you can create a blue one. You can create a silver one, whatever way. And all you have to do is copy the code and paste it on your website. So just to give you an idea about our Winner Circle website, we have this page that we have created that basically looks like this. So I can click on PayPal, and it'll take me to the PayPal page. And once I finish all this, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but if you go through this, it'll charge you $45. That's what we charge for our members. So it'll automatically charge. And so that's one of the coolest things that I found, that you can, since it's an HTML program, anything that you can do with standard HTML, most things you can do with FreeToastHost. Like if you want to insert a movie on your web page, you can create that as well. So part of, if you record your members' presentations and you want to, if they agree to show, let it be on your website, you can do that. You can link to your YouTube channel. You can do all those different things as well. So once you copy the code and you paste the copied code into the page editor, it'll take you, it'll create that little icon where you can send all those things as well. Now, as a secretary, of course, you know that all these reports and everything are being generated. You can pull all of those things, and you can keep the records of the club as well. And if you want to keep a copy of your old club charter, or if you want to keep a copy of any important documents, you can save it in the files page as well. So if you go to the under the members only page, we have member downloads. Under member downloads, we have set up a whole bunch of folders. We can have pathways folders with a lot of pathways information. We have treasurer folders. We have speech contours folders. We have mentoring folders, general info. You can at this point literally save all your club documents in here on this place as well. Like we have a club YouTube channel that you can create, that you can look at as well. And we haven't really used this very much, so it's just still test page. So you can paste something from Vimeo, for example. You can paste something from all those different places. Again, this goes into the part of creating the website. So this is out of the scope of this presentation, but essentially you can do a lot of these things with your club website that you probably were not quite aware of at this point. So the most important thing, of course, is you need support, you need resources to help you. I am always there. In my handout, you have my email address. You can always email me a question, or if you want me to come and talk to your club's web admin and help them with some issues, I can do that. But one of the things that I found really, really useful is the website's own web support. So for example, here's the one thing that I didn't tell you. There are different club menu pages look different. Our Winner Circle page looks like this. The main menus and the members only are tabbed. In some clubs, you have the main menus up here and the members only is down here. Regardless of how your web admin set up your club's website, you can click here where it says website support docs under the members only page, and it will take you to the website support page. Everything that I showed you today comes from somewhere along on this website. So if you go down to the website support docs, you have so much information. If you are new to the FreeToast sites, you can go through all of these. There's how to use the agenda, how to use the emails and club calendar and so on. And if you're a web admin, you have a whole bunch of things that you can do. If you're a new website admin, what to do, how to do membership management, how to set up websites, how to add content to your page. There's so many things you can do over here. And the best part is they also have this forum where you can ask questions and you can get responses as well. So you can see the whole bunch of, my question is still not answered. That's why you have 0 replies yet. But you can see is that you have people responding to each other, people helping each other support this. So this support, I have found it to be one of the most useful parts of using FreeToastHost. So we're about 5 minutes towards the end. What questions can I answer for you that has not been answered so far? I see that I have wowed you into silence.
Basically, like I said earlier, I don't have any questions, but I know once I start navigating on it, I will be reaching out to you.
Yeah, and if you have any questions as, can this website do this for me? Can it do that for me? I can answer those questions as well to the best of my ability, of course.
Just want to
Yeah.
add a comment that I'm the webmaster for 3 clubs and also the D37 webmaster. So if you have
Right.
any questions, feel free to ask me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
learned a
Good.
couple of new things listening to this. Some of the stuff is just a reinforcement of what I saw. I do
Right.
have videos out on the D37 website that shows much the same stuff you did. If you'd like to review some of this stuff or see it from a different angle, go out to the D37 website and you can find my videos out there. And if you want to contact me, I'm under leadership and you'll see I'm the webmaster and my email address is in there.
There you go. You got a great
Thank you,
resource
Tony.
in Tony. Yeah, great resource in Tony. And that this is all about members helping members. I don't know if you guys remember our previous region advisor, Mr. Charles Gates, used to say, Toastmasters is a team sport. He used to have people yell it out, team sport. So there's a lot of things that are available in this particular website that, I just want to leave you with just this one little thing. It's easy if you try. So, take the chance, go to the website, play around. You can't screw up too badly, and it'll help you get from place to place. It'll help you serve your members really, really well. And once you get your members used to using the website, then it becomes easy for them as well, because they can sign up on the agenda and they can look at the club calendar at any time and it'll show when the meetings are. And if you want to add district events to the calendar, you can add that too in the club calendar. So there's so many different things that you can do from a VPPR perspective to make your club website a very useful website for everybody to use. So,
Yes, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I liked where you can pull your speech in the evaluation, all that information without having to go to Club Central or, go
Or
to
Pathways.
Basecamp to do it. That's an easier way,
Yeah.
a venue.
And that's the best way. I have found that's the best way. If you know what manual, what level, and I keep saying manual, what level and what path you are on, it'll definitely pull out the appropriate evaluation form. And that's one of the most useful things for meeting management. Like, for example, I'll tell you our club, Winner Circle, meets in my house in this basement where I am right now. Over there is where we have our meeting. So if somebody forgets the evaluation form, I can just come to my laptop and hit print, and they have the evaluation form available for them to use. And in fact, all these evaluation forms are fillable PDFs. So you never have to print anything at all. You can just type it in. And if you're on a Zoom meeting setting for your meetings, you can just type it in and then put it in the chat, and boom, they got their email, they got their evaluation as well. So it's very, very useful for everyone to use. It's easy if you try. So just go ahead, try, hang out, figure out. Hopefully you'll have a lot more questions that Tony can answer. If Tony can't answer, I can answer. And if I can't answer, the website support documents and the support forums are always there, because this is run and maintained by Toastmasters. We understand how things work. And so thank you for this opportunity to explain a little bit about FreeToastHost. Hopefully you got a little bit more value, and I thank you, everyone.
One thing I would like to emphasize is that this can be emphasized per club. So which officers can access which function can be customized. It comes with a certain default. And I'm in 3 different clubs, and one of them we might have a person who's a total technical Luddite who, let's say, is a VP membership. They don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. You can assign it to another member. In fact, there's an option that says other officer.
Right.
So someone who is not a standard officer could be allowed to access some of these functions.
Right. One of our clubs has a mentor captain who actually manages the mentoring program. You can make him an other officer and have them have the access to print the mentoring reports and manage that as well. And Phyllis says another suggestion is use the agenda template and don't mess with the starred titles. Yeah, the starred titles are again beyond the scope, but starred titles are something that you can play with, and don't mess with this unless you know what to do with them. Okay. Thank you all, and hope you have a great rest of the day.